Arrests up there. Two men from suburban Chicago were among those arrested during yesterday's riot.
WGN's Mike Lowe has been gathering information on the identities of those two men. He's live in Inverness now with the latest.
Ben and Lourdes, good afternoon to both of you. There is a caricature of the aggrieved white male Trump supporter waving a Confederate flag, and we certainly saw some of that yesterday at the U.S. Capitol. But in that crowd and among those arrested was someone who breaks that stereotype. A person with an MBA from an elite university who is the CEO of a tech company in suburban Chicago and lives right here in one of Chicago's wealthy suburbs. Brad Ruxtalis, the CEO of Schaumburg-based tech company Cogentsia, was one of the people arrested by Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police officers yesterday after a group of domestic terrorists stormed the U.S. Capitol in a deadly attack. A knock on his door in the wealthy northwest suburb of Inverness went unanswered. Several neighbors declined to speak on camera. One told us that Ruxtalis had a Trump campaign sign in his yard recently. Campaign finance records show Ruxtalis made several donations to Trump's campaign. According to the Cogentsia company website, Ruxtalis holds an MBA from the University of Michigan and is an expert in data-driven marketing strategies. His bio has since been removed from the site as of this afternoon.
Brad Ruxtalis, as an employee of Cogentsia, was acting as an individual during his arrest. Nothing related to Cogentsia. We're currently taking the situation seriously, and we're working with our attorneys, and we're investigating it. And he's currently on an indefinite leave of absence from the company.
There's a curfew. You're under arrest. Another suburban Chicago man was arrested in the aftermath of the storming and ransacking of the Capitol. D.C. Metro Police say 48-year-old tattoo artist David Fitzgerald from Roselle was arrested. Posts on Fitzgerald's own Facebook page confirm it. He wrote, "Surrounded, under arrest, tell my wife." Fitzgerald has been charged with unlawful entry and breaking curfew at the U.S. Capitol. Other Chicago area people who took part in the Capitol chaos are suffering the consequences. No charges have been filed yet against Chicago real estate agent Libby Andrews, who posted a selfie saying, quote, "She stormed the Capitol." Today, her employer, At Properties, fired her. At Properties released this statement. At Properties has received a tremendous amount of outreach over the past several hours, making us aware of the actions of one of our agents, who acknowledged on social media that she, quote, "stormed the Capitol yesterday in Washington, D.C. At Properties unequivocally condemns these actions, and the company has severed ties with this agent effective immediately. And today, the FBI is asking the public for tips, information, and videos, and any help identifying anyone in any pictures or videos that may have participated in the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Reporting live this afternoon in Inverness, Mike Lowe.